Okay, what I ended up having to do is take a rod through here and tap it through the hole here until it came out. I had a piece of 1/4-inch threaded rod that I used to push it out. And I did have to add lubricant to it, which I didn't want to do yet. That's why I put the gloves on. I know I should have done that from the beginning, but I don't really like wearing gloves. And I know it also drives people crazy that I just throw the parts everywhere. But what can I say? So now it is time to start cleaning, and the first thing I want to do for sure is try to get this. And this isn't the best. I just grabbed what I had the first thing I saw. Any type of oil works. It's not a firearm where you have to be very, very careful. So we're already getting quite a bit out of there. That might be enough. Let's see how the barrel does first. Yeah, the barrel's sliding at least. Hangs up a little bit, but we're on the right track. Okay, so we'll get that a little bit more. Get the outside looking a little spiffy too. And basically you can use whatever you want that can remove that stuff. This is not like a firearm or anything where you have to be careful about your equipment. I still think there's a burr or something that's hanging it up too on that. Right where the weldment's at. Or maybe because of that slot, maybe more debris ends up there or something. Okay, let's now, just because this comes apart the same way as a lot of the other single shot tools, it does not mean that the parts are interchangeable. It's just that they copied the design. Look at that. Carbon in there. We'll remove this small ring right here. It can build up high enough to cause firing problems. Let's see how it slips in there now. Still not 100%. And actually, unless I began using power tools, it probably won't be 100%. It's back farther. See if I can see anything by looking at it. It has to do with that, has to do with the weldment, that's for sure. Could take some sandpaper to it, maybe a Dremel, but I don't want to go through that much trouble on this. As long as I can remove it, that's all that matters. I don't really need it to slide out easily, though it would be nice. Okay, I got it to where the barrel slides in fairly easily. It does hang up right there. We'll take care of that later. So I'm just going to force the block in there past that point. And once I get past that point, it should fall in. Get the old crusty springs cleaned. Doesn't take much. Let's see. And the sear, you know, something about this sear design, I'll go into that one of these days. It goes back a long ways, I found out. Let's spray it down. I don't like over-oiling these things. You'll notice a lot of times when you go through and clean these tools, they'll blow a lot of smoke afterwards. That's just burning off the excess lubricant and stuff. I will, though, go ahead and lubricate the inside, or the sides, the firing pin and the block. I will lubricate a little bit inside there. I think the way I want to do it most likely is and a line right in there. This is when a gun kit would come in handy. Okay. Just see if I can get just a little. Hopefully it's not too much. Okay, I cleaned all the small parts and I get the little L-shaped sear, yep. And the little pin, we don't want to lose that. One reason I want to clean that off so that the next time it's easier to get out. It's better let it be so don't lose it. Okay. Lubricate the outside of the block, and that should take care of the receiver and the spring in that also. That slot goes to that hole, slot to that hole. Okay, the block is sliding, so that's all we need, right? So we'll line up that slot. Not always the easiest thing to do. Sear spring goes in that pocket. And the sear. Let's get that a little oily, a little wet. And then that just slides right there into that groove. And then the firing pin comes through. There we go. All right. I'm not going to worry about cleaning the handle or anything. Slid on a lot easier this time, didn't it? Oh, there we go, we got it. Thought something was funny. I had to get the trigger to override that sear. That's okay. You can see that barrel is sliding in a lot easier. I thought I'd have to take a little bit off there. I will have to clean it. You can see there's a carbon buildup right there. Let's take a look at this. This will probably smoke when I shoot it. Of course, that smaller end is for the chamber. I don't really like putting wire brushes in the chamber. Brass is okay. Not a fan of steel, that's for sure, in chambers. Didn't I have a wire brush? Here it is. There's really no need to go into it this good. I mean, it is working. This would be something that I would probably put on a wire brush on a grinder and take that off. That too. It's more like rust. Almost lost my buffer there when I flipped it, huh? Okay, let's take a look at the piston. Pistons, definitely I would use it on a wire brush on them. Makes it a lot easier to clean a piston. They'll get a lot of carbon buildup on them. I still think that's kind of bent. Looks like it's bent to me on the end. Got a little nicks in the nose piece, no big deal. Clean up the threads a little bit. Be nice to have that in there tighter, huh? Yeah, I guess we do want it a little better than that. Piston ring looks to be still intact. So I was starting to say earlier, I'm pretty sure Ramset, and I know Spit, Ramset's tools are now made, at least most of them are, made in China. But I'm pretty sure that they designed the tools themselves instead of asking places in China to do it. And that's a good thing, because just because, this is what somebody told me a long time ago about one of the tools, that you might be able to look at them, design them, measure them, but you can't really make them work if you don't understand them. Didn't know what he meant at that time. I do now. And it doesn't necessarily pertain to this tool. But on their, what is that, the XTX or whatever, 540. They're a fully automatic strip tool. Pretty sure they designed that on their own and sent it over there and said, here, this is what we want, make it to our specifications. Because they managed to get around something that none of the other tools I've seen has gotten around. That's because they understand the tools. Their engineers have probably been working with them, dissecting them. Although they send their tools out to third party for repair, I'm pretty sure they still have their own repair shop. And I'm pretty sure that they have an R&D place that takes the tools out and tests them and find out where their weaknesses are. You don't do that. Just rely on other people to take care of your tools for you. You don't end up with the best tools. You got to know what you're selling. Check, make sure it's not loaded. So anyway, this is your typical hardware tool again. This is the RS22, right? From Ramset, the forerunner of the master shot or trigger shot, whatever they call the tool that looks like this with the silencer on it. The silencer is a good idea. It's basically the same thing, so everything I did here should work with the exception of the silencer having to thread that onto the nose piece. And there's probably something to do with the reset pin too now that I think about it. It's probably a hex. Anyway, that's it for now. Probably pretty sure I didn't cover everything because I never do. Maybe someday I'll put some thought into what I'm doing. But in the meantime, start wearing gloves more often too. I'll get into that one of these days. So, hope that helped. Thanks for watching.